Tongomuka.
Yeah.
Togara. Kuverenga mota tichidena tichita sei do lifestyle yedu. Vanomuka vachienda vanoita zvavanoita nekuvachifamba nezvibhora nekuita sei. Saka isu navo takatosiyana zvechokwadi.
Yeah. Ndoita zvemusic, I'm an artist. Yeah. So tipatori panapa gangster corner ndo pakatobva Enzo Aisha Australia. Yeah. Okanjiwa antobva antu sa gangster corner mukadonza pamatracks ake akawanda antosimbisa gangster corner.
My name is Samora. I am the acting city planner for the Planning and Development Division, which is in the Department of Works. Generally, the low density areas normally considered as the northern suburbs, northern eastern suburbs, and the high density areas are considered as the western suburbs. Why? Basically because of the location. You would find that these low density areas, they developed naturally from Avondale. I think Avondale is the first low density suburb to be established in Harare, and all the other areas, they grew from Avondale. Most of our low density areas, they are better in terms of infrastructure provision because they were raising funds within the town management boards and use those funds in terms of their priorities. With respect to high density areas, they just grow from Bare, our high fields, our Mufakose, our Mavuku. They were meant to accommodate African labor or black labor with the intention that on retirement they would go back to wherever they came from. You would find that in terms of resources, there was not much coming from the townships. There was not much because most of this accommodation was rented accommodation. There are no rates. There was not much coming in terms of financing for infrastructure provision in these areas. As a result, you would find that when a decision was made in 1983 to say we should merge the formerly white dominated areas or places reserved for whites with the high density areas, with the intention of maybe allowing the low density areas to subsidize the high density areas.
I'm Anton Wailer. Yeah, but my real name is Takuzo Anton Gujganga. Uchikora muno msani ndio maizi. Yeah, so right about now tripa gangster corner pateta kachila ne boys. Na gangster boys T1 Bobo Firetan, yeah. Tripo ba standing deal too maizi. One key point ya lifestyle ya wanora. yasiyana nemuno mughetto standards of living plus ndifunge kuti uko kunozonesa magetsi zvekudaro semuno mughetto maiziye zviripo kana vat kuno panguva tisingatobvumire nemunicipality kunge tichichera mugodhi maiziye pama-areas but kuku vane freelance nawe infact mayadzawo mahombe zvakawanda infact zvichiitika maiziye zvinoconsiderwa panhau dzacho. Most of the time takatongotyora tiripo pagangster nemafia takangotandara hapana yakanyanya inenge iripo tichita yedemaworks nemafia ichita art dzawo because panapa pane vanhu vane different types dzematalents varipo maghetto itswa nezvipo zvakasiyana siyana tori rimwe timu rimwe sitoripo vanotamba bhora even gangster rinawo vanotoita futi styling vanotokrosha musoro nene zvakatowanda zvinotoitwa panapa even kana mufeso wamwari panapa ndimakanika futi anotorova futi chese saka tichingosangana madifferent characters panapa chitandara semafia zvedu pana yakanyanya nechiita mughetto maiziye.
I was born at Mbiyanehanda Maternity Home here in Harare. At that time we stayed in Eastleigh, but now about 26 years later I stay in Greyston Park.
My name is Dexter Fundire. I work at Magamba TV as an assistant to the project manager. And
my dad always used to take us to places like Chitungwiza, Zengeza, Kambuzuma, Mbare, just to see, and also because we have relatives that stay there, so we'd be visiting them, and so I've definitely seen those type of areas on the other side of Samora.
I think the best thing about living this side of town has to be they are quiet. I think that's what it would be. They're quiet. Like there's more space and quietness, which is also the worst thing about it because sometimes you want joy, but it's really nice and quiet. So if I could take anything from quote unquote south of Samora into north of Samora, I'd say it is basic camaraderie. Because like now with people living in these places, I don't know my neighbors don't know me, we hardly talk. But if you go, as they say, ghetto, everybody knows each other's business. Do you know what I mean? So if you need help, you know, end up next door. You know those things about, and or whatnot. That doesn't happen this side. There's this sense of togetherness, community, as I would say. That side that is not here.
I'll just say it's a different place. Houses are closer together. People know their neighbors. Life isn't as rosy, so there are issues with like income levels and like what you can do with your money. Big families, house sharing. But there's also community. People help each other out when they can. People know each other. That's how I'd describe it.
Right now about Sunning Day 2 grounds. Bade chitandara zvedu ma weekends ne boys pachimborowa muzhalo achitamba achitayana achita muground maize. Most of the time semaghetto isinomatandarira techingoitawo kana kusinganyopise mweya dzimwe dzenguva tomboenda kuvhati but ndezvekubhaiza ma 2 minutes maiziya unochidwa bhegi but apa tichingotandarawo maiziya siri zvepressure tichingoita tichita iri weekend maiziya vamwe vanoita yakasiyana-siyana mageto youths anenge ari involved yakasiyana-siyana maiziya sokuti vamwe vanenge vachiita zvekudhakwa vamwe vanenge variwo magrounds vamwe vanenge variwo kuzvikoro vamwe zvangosiyana-siyana yeah.
It's got nothing to do with money, it's got to do with the people who are handling the money. As long as our economy is the way it is, as long as the way we're governed is the way it is, as long as the way businesses conduct themselves to the people, we'll always have that divide. What needs to happen is a radical change. And by radical change, I don't mean like coups or fights or anything. What I'm talking about is a mentality of helping your neighbor. Helping your neighbor doesn't necessarily mean looking down on them and giving them charity. Helping your neighbor is asking yourself, if I'm in their shoes, how do I help?